always been interested in music. It's been the backbone of my life. My dad's a music producer.
And we recognised very early on that he had perfect pitch. So we thought music would be a possible career for him.
First when I lost you, I thought that I might be okay, but I was just fooling myself. Yeah, I was just fooling myself.
We didn't get the diagnosis of Aspergers syndrome until he was a little older, because it was a new diagnosis in those days. He was just regarded as a very difficult, totally blind child that didn't quite fit into a normal, quote-unquote, normal blind education model.
Getting in with people who wouldn't want to stab me if, I posed challenges for them.
It was very difficult in a classroom, very difficult with the teachers, very resistant to change, to learning anything new.
I remember you saying, Mum, that if I had have gone to a mainstream secondary school, I would have been swallowed up.
Indeed, you would have.
How would it go?
Yum.
Gulp.
Gulp. So we enrolled him in 2 TAFE courses, a Cert 4 in music performance and an advanced diploma in music performance. So it's really held him in good stead for now he's a professional musician.
This is how my job at Ability Works came about, because the music industry is one of the hardest industries to make money from, and it can be a thankless task sometimes.
Indeed.
And I need to have something to fall back on just in case something happens.
The unemployment rate amongst blind people is 70%, and his Asperger's prevents him from really knuckling down and developing a skill set to access employment. We thought that you really needed to learn to work in a work environment, to be able to get on with other people, to have a sense of responsibility that employment gives you.
And I'm doing that.
You are doing that, and you have loved your job.
Yes. I grab the edges, fold it in half like this, make sure the corners meet, give it a little shake just to make sure.
Rory loves a good sleep in, gets up every day without a peep to get ready for work. Comes home happy, and you really feel like you achieve something every single day.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 wires again. Okay there, Max. Parts are fitting all right? Yeah, working well, Rory.
I personally was a bit worried about how the staff would cope with Rory rather than the other way around, because he can be very difficult when asked to change something. But that was put to rest pretty quickly.
Yeah, I fell into my work.
Even if it's not, when you put the next one in, it will be.
Yeah, because it'll
slide across.
Force the others across.
That's right.
Ability Works has also had a number of vision impaired people, so they were up to speed with how vision impaired people cope with learning a new skill.
Here at Ability Works, I perform a range of tasks, including folding towels, packing dog biscuits, bending wires, and ferruling brushes.
Ability Works has really increased Rory's self-esteem. They've brought to him a sense of responsibility for his job, his ability to work with other people, his ability to accept instructions and to change, because you change your task every day.
Yes, and sometimes I've had to change tasks in the middle of a session at very short notice, and I've even had times where I've had to wait and just sit for up to half an hour while they're setting something up or they're trying to sort things out.
And that has been wonderful for his behaviour, to learn to cope with that. But there's the sense of pride that he's received through working against a clock, increasing his output, he'll come home from work really chuffed.
The staff at Ability Works, they could not be nicer. I mean, they're always there for me if I need to discuss something or if I have any questions.
They understand your special needs, don't they? And they don't cut you any slack. The staff is able to get him to rise to his potential, which I think is fantastic.
That's it.
If people were considering supported employment for their special needs family member, wouldn't hesitate to suggest they have a look at what Ability Works has to offer. It's really, I know this sounds cliche, but a sense of community.
You know, if someone was to ask me for advice on what I'd advise my fellow vision impaired or other types of disabled people who are looking for supported employment, I would recommend Ability Works without hesitation. I love having such a wide range of tasks because each task presents its own individual challenge for me and I get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
A lot of us wonder about the trap of supported employment, but I have seen it as a possible stepping stone to employment out there in the real world, because you are learning the skills that you need to work in non-supported employment. A timetable, you have to be at work at a certain time, you have to work for so many hours before you can take a break. All these, a structured day, which a lot of people with disabilities don't have. They don't have a structured day, and they don't have demands on their skills or their time. And supported employment really helps with those kinds of skills that are used in normal employment.
And I hate being late to work. It's not because I think I'm going to get in trouble for being late. It's because I love the job so much.